What a man consistently thinks about himself, what his mind is, will also be his action, behavior, habit, and that will eventually create his reality and influence his drives and ambitions, and that will inevitably or gradually become his life and his relationship, behavior, interaction, also in one or another. And it all starts or begins in or with the kind of thoughts and feelings which we have, which we entertain, which we choose to keep in our lives in one or another, which could be ours partially and which could also be the others in one or another. Because most of the feelings, ambitions, drives which we try to fulfill, pursue, and actualize in our lives is not even ours. It's the other's pain, sadness, sorrow, which we become entangled with because we're unconscious. We consume the other's unconscious content as well, according to Jung, in one or another. So, definitely, we are able to eventually sometimes realize that the success, ambition, knowledge, career, and other things that we have pursued, that we have had, was actually not ours to begin with. It was somebody else's that we're always living up to and satisfying or sufficing the other's opinions, thoughts, judgments, contradictions, pains, which we could not navigate, which were directed against us, and they still are, against our individuality, authenticity, groundedness, defiance, and consciousness in one or another. Because they are not so conscious, because they're ignorant, they try to hunt us down in one or another. So, definitely, it's about mind, because only that man is free who is led solely by reason. That man is happy, content, also who lives under the consistent and constant guidance and direction of nature, wisdom, virtue, intelligence, and consciousness, anyways, in one or another, and refuses to shrink to stupidity or refuses to basically live up to others' boundaries, standards. Anyways, he does not suffer degeneration because he achieves eventually independence from all internal and external need, desire, drive, dependency, expectation, anyways. The moment we master our desires, the moment we achieve self mastery, self knowledge, we can no longer be controlled by the tyranny or dominance of either our internal impulses or by that of the judgments, opinions, thoughts. Either will have no control, influence over us whatsoever. So, definitely, we become what we repeatedly do as well as what we repeatedly think about, because the soul gets dyed with the color of his thoughts. If our thinking encourages happiness, if our thinking and thoughts, feelings become responsive in contentment, significance, power, then the same forces can also drive us directly into the abyss of depression, insecurity, inferiority